Good morning. I mean, good evening. My bad. My name is Shukri, and I'm here to talk about my opponent's plan of action. And our opponent's plan of action is to completely convert all government vehicles to electricity power. This is nearly impossible. A couple points that our opponent uses are between cops, buses, and trains. And for example, with cops, if they have a high-speed chase, the average electric car goes about 100 miles per hour. That's on average. As Aaron said, they go between 100 to 150. And also, if you can tell by the more expensive price you pay for the car, the more miles per hour you get, I guess. And then, and that's with one single charge. Also, our opponent talks about buses and trains. And as Aaron stated earlier about the Maglev train, and that's which is located in Japan, is $1.5 billion, and that's a lot of money. And also, as he stated earlier, the government might not have that much money to put into use. Also noted by my opponent is the conversion, which would serve an example for the public. And this isn't practical because just because the government does something doesn't mean that many people follow. Boston College grouping estimated that at $70 billion invested from Europe, in return only $6 billion would be saved in change. And this is from money.cnn.com. And this is pretty much stating that in Europe they spent $70 billion on this program, and the revenue which they made was only $6 billion. So if you think about it, it's going to take a lot of time for them to make their money back. Also, our opponent says that their plan of action does not require the general public to convert, but would encourage them to. And they would do that with tax deduction and incentive examples. And they use the carpool lane. But if everyone gets into the carpool lane, what would be the point of using the carpool lane? I don't see the point of that. But also he talks about hybrids and how now if you have a hybrid car, you could drive in the carpool lane. And right now, many people do have hybrid cars, and I don't think people will buy hybrids just to drive in the carpool lane now. And there also is no promise that there's going to be tax deductibles. That's just one of their statements. Also, as told by Wyatt, they will change current gas stations into charge stations. And there's a lot of different factors between this because the amount of time that it takes. When we go to the gas station, it takes us about 2 or 3, or depends how slow you are, amount of time to fill up your gas. And then also it's going to cost a lot of money to make these electric gas stations. And also weather plays a big role in this because in Southern California, I guess, I mean, it's sunny a lot of the time. But if you go up north, it's raining, and if you go up even higher in Canada, for example, it snows a lot and stuff like that. Also, Wyatt also says that it's easily achievable because they plug into a normal outlet. But actually, it's a different outlet. And also, what about the different weather settings, which I just talked about earlier? An example I like to use, it's from peachgreen.com. Coal batteries don't work as well, and also electricity from batteries is used a lot to heat the cabin of the car. And also, with the different outlets I would like to talk about is the charging time is limited primarily by the capacity grind. A normal household is between 1.5 kilowatts in the U.S. to 3 kilowatts in other countries, with 240 supplies. Even a small charge pack would take an hour to charge. Most batteries do not accept charge greater than the charge rate. And that's from speedcare.com info. And also on ehow.com, improvements in recharging technologies from 120 volt to 240 volt charges would also increase the drain of municipal power. Wyatt also states, they require a special charge. And this is just an assumption of what he says. According to the Federal Albany National Laboratories, electric cars are not clean due to coal-based electricity. My first point would be it would lead to an increase in electricity production from thermal and nuclear power rather than increasing energy production from renewable sources. And this is from electric-car.on.net. Also, although an electric vehicle produces 0 emissions, The electricity that is used to power these vehicles is mainly produced by energy plants that use fossil fuels. And this is from brighthub.com. Another point would be limited to 6.8 million metric units. Obtaining lithium resources, a minimum process that presents its own set of wastes, which is also the cautions of the oil industry. So pretty much this shows that now everyone talks about the economy and how oil is going to rise, but also if we use too much lithium, the price of lithium is also going to rise, and this is going to there's going to be a higher charge for that as well. And my last point for that is lithium carbonate today comes from dried salt lakes. And then, as Aaron mentioned, they're from South America and also China. Lithium may be shortened in a decade or so. And some of the disadvantages that I'd like to talk about is that more power plants, which burn coal, which give out more CO2, and if every person, this is an example, and if every person in a 12-house neighborhood plugs in their cars at night, the charging equals out to about the same 4 to 6 houses consume in the same amount of time. This is also from PeachtreeGreen.com. And also they talk about, I think Wyatt talks about solar panels, and those are really expensive. And also, if you get a solar panel, you have to get one that holds its charge throughout the night. Also, with electric cars, the disposable use of batteries, I'd like to talk about that. And after every 4 years, you have to get a new battery. And an example would be, a fact would be batteries that are used in electric cars are either lithium ion or nickel metal hydrate. They will be replaced every 4 years. Replacement cost is over $1,000, and the main concern is how they are disposed of. And my last statement I'll talk about is what if there was a natural disaster, as a hurricane or earthquake? In California, we're known to have earthquakes. And as you guys may know, that when we have an earthquake, we lose electricity. So if we do have natural disaster, then we wouldn't be able to drive our electric cars. All right, that's it.